up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Christina and I put out videos every Saturday. So if you want to get notified for when I post, hit subscribe. So today what I wanted to do is talk about school. Yay! I know you guys are like, I'm so done with school, it's almost over, give us a break. But the reason I wanted to talk about school is because I want to kind of give my advice and experience and wisdom to you guys about junior year and how to prepare for senior year like I am doing. This is my last week of school, so even I'm done with school, we're just taking finals, but I still wanted to give an overview kind of what junior year is like and what your senior year can be like. So let's start with junior year. So my first piece of advice is study for the ACT. Depending on where you live, you may not need the ACT, but I know on the West Coast the ACT is more demanding, so that's why I'm talking about it today. If you don't know how to study for the ACT, just ask around, honestly. Ask people who are older than you and adults and even people your age, and just, you know, see if you can take workshops or practice tests and different kinds of things to study for it, because honestly, it's hard. Like, there's some people who say it's like outrageously hard, and I don't think it is. Personally, I don't think it is, but it is hard. It's challenging, and you have time limits. You're worked for 4 hours taking a test, so nobody wants to go through that. But if you're prepared, then you will do good. On that same note, I would say take the ACT multiple times, because you don't know how high you can get. You can always push yourself above your limits, so I would say study again, take it again, just to be safe, because the higher ACT score you get, the more money you get, the more opportunities you get open to you, which is kind of silly to me, but that's the way it is. Be involved. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean have 10 AP classes and straight A's every single year. What I mean is you only go through high school once, so I say to take that chance to make new friends, experience new things, be involved in the school stuff like clubs or electives or sports or anything that you're interested in. Just do it and do a few things, because you never know what you're gonna get out of it. Take pictures. This is such a weird piece of advice, but I say take pictures. You want to remember those good moments in high school for a long time, so if you take pictures, it'll last longer. Recently I got a Polaroid, so I love taking, those pictures and just having them physically forever. I actually put some up just today, and I just love having them on my wall, seeing all those people who I love throughout high school. Create relationships with teachers. What I mean by this is teachers are going to be your academic best friend in high school, because they help you, they want to help you. And sure, we all have bad teachers, but most of the time teachers really want to help you succeed. And if you want to succeed just as much, it'll work. And it'll help you make your high school experience a lot better, because if you have a bad relationship with your teachers, then you're just going to hate that class and just hate going there every single day. You're not going to want to try. Also, teachers can give you letters of recommendation, which is a very good thing for your college applications. Don't get caught up in drama. This is a simple thing that everybody should know by now. Just why waste your time of things you're not interested in? Why waste your time gossiping over people or spreading rumors? It really does not benefit you at all, and it's a waste of your time, and it's just destructive and rude and just ruins everybody's day. So don't be the one who starts it, and don't be the one who continues it. Life is way too short to be caught up in everybody else's drama or even your own. Just move on. Take academics seriously. I know you've probably heard some people say, oh, freshman year doesn't really matter, like junior year is your most important year, which yes, I feel like junior year is definitely the most crucial year, but every year is important in high school. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, they all have certain pinpoints in the year that makes it important. So if you're slacking off freshman, sophomore year, then you're like, oh, I gotta get my stuff together junior year, it's not gonna be so hot for you. I know for me, I took Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and I got a C in the class, and I didn't realize it would affect my high school transcript, but it went on it because it was a high school class, but I didn't understand that, so that kind of brought me down, but I made up for it by picking up my slack during freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So what you do with every year is so important to what you're gonna do in the future, especially if you wanna go to college. Now, I'm not saying to not have fun, because high school is the time to make memories, to have fun, to live your young life. So definitely take that into consideration. You don't have to be by the book to get into college, because it kind of goes along with what I was saying before by being involved. If you're just taking AP classes every year and you're not doing clubs or sports or activities, colleges are not going to want to take you. They are interested in what you are interested in. They want to know what kind of hobbies you have, what kind of activities you're interested in, not just that you got straight A's in biology all year. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about senior year. Like I said before, I am preparing to go into my senior year of high school, which is scary and exciting. It's a big jump, definitely. There's just a lot that goes into it, especially for me, for the type of career path I want to do. So my first piece of advice is to schedule your year. I know not everyone is a list person, but I definitely am, and I love to schedule my week out or even my month sometimes just to see what I'm doing. And I think it's a good idea to kind of schedule your year and figure out, okay, by October I'm applying for colleges, and by December I am applying for scholarships and financial aid. I feel like a good idea would be to kind of schedule out, you know, what your plan is throughout the senior year so it flows and you're not cramming everything in last minute. So back to the ACT. I would say if you didn't like your score during junior year, even if you took it multiple times, I would say take it again, because you, like I said before, you never know how high you can get. So if you just study and prepare, you'll probably do better. On average, if people take the ACT again, they usually score at least 1 point higher. And not just the ACT, if your schools or colleges want you to take the SAT, take that as well, because they're two different tests and they take different skills, and if you do bad on the ACT, maybe you'll do great on the SAT. It just depends on, you know, the type of knowledge and skills you have. So I would say definitely take both and just see what you're good at. So these next few pieces of advice is for people who want to go to college. I know not everybody wants to go to college or feels like they don't need it or already has a plan, they're not planning to go to college, they're getting a job or something. Doesn't really apply to you, but I know a lot of people want to go to college and college is really good for you. So here's my advice. Research colleges. Research the type of major you want to do. If you're the type of person who doesn't want to move out of their parents for a while just to have financial stability and they want to stay in state because they think out of state is too expensive, research colleges in your state. There's so much information out there about different colleges, and if you just take the time to research them, I'm sure you'll find one. And on that same vein, I would say pick your top 5 colleges that you want to apply to, because if you're stubborn about one, if you don't get accepted, you're not going to have a plan B, and that's going to be really harsh on you and it's going to bring you down. So I would just say pick your top 5, research them, figure them out, and then, you know, just apply for them all, because the worst they can say is no. And even if you get 4 no's, if you get 1 yes, there you go. So this is kind of along the same wave. I would say sign up for college tours. So this is kind of after you found your like top 5 colleges you want to go to. You're like, okay, I got my kind of idea what I want to do. Go to the college and look around, see how it looks, see what they offer, see if you feel good there, because that's the most important thing. I feel like if you don't feel comfortable at the college you're going to go to, why are you going there? It's kind of like if you get a job that you hate just to get money or something, why are you having that job if you hate it? College tours are the time for you to see what college life is like and to explore the type of life you want to live. I would say when you're doing this research colleges, college tours thing, I would say do it early in the year. If you do it in junior year, I don't think that's even early to do college tours and research colleges. I think it's a good idea to plan ahead. I know me personally, I am such a plan ahead person, and I think since December of last year, I was, you know, figuring out, what do I want to do with my life? Do I want to go to college? What do I want to do in college if I want to go? And so I've been thinking about it a lot. But you also have to remember, if you are preparing ahead, to not stress yourself out. This is a thing for me too. I stressed myself out too much, and I was like, what do I want to do with my life? Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to pay for everything. Like, I feel like money is the biggest thing for me. So take it one day at a time. If you want to research colleges ahead of time, I would say do it in your junior year, but like midway through your year, because you need time to focus on everything else. You're still in high school, you don't need your whole life planned out already. So maybe research a college or two in December, and then in February, kind of narrow it down to your top 5 colleges. And then in the summer, that's when you can do your like college tours and scholarship looking and all that good stuff. So when you're researching colleges, you obviously want to know what you want to do at that college, right? I know some people have exploring majors because they don't know what they're going to do yet, and that's totally fine. But if you have an idea of what you like or what to do, then research those majors. You can search pretty much anything at a college. If they don't offer what you want, you don't have to go there. No one's making you go there. My thing is all or nothing. So if you don't want the best training or the best classes, don't go there. Because if you search hard enough, I'm pretty sure you'll find exactly what you want. You don't have to compromise yourself just because you're like, oh, I'm just afraid of like doing the highest thing or trying the hardest. You have to try hard throughout life. It's inevitable. So I'd say get the best training and knowledge and information you can get, take the best classes, and don't settle for less. So on that same vein of researching majors, if you are into musical theater like I am, this next piece of advice is for you. So as of right now, I am in the process of figuring out my auditions for the BFA programs of different colleges. I have 2 colleges in mind that I want to go to, and I've researched a lot about their BFA programs. But if you want to do musical theater like I am, just go to the college's website, look it up, look at the audition process, look at what you need, and just figure out what you're going to do to get that stuff. Because for the most part, college auditions usually need a headshot, a song, maybe a dance, monologues, so you kind of need to, like I said before, schedule out when you're going to figure this stuff out, when you're going to research and pick a song, pick a monologue, and then rehearse them over and over until you get it right. And depending on whether you're doing an in-person audition or a video audition, figure out those steps too. And it's a lot to process, honestly. It seems like a lot for me to do, but I'm willing to work hard enough and to really put my time and effort towards it because it's what I really want to do. So my plan is to, with the school year ending this year, my plan is to start like the day after school ends, start figuring out, okay, what songs do I want to do, what monologues do I want to do, and how am I going to compile it all together. I feel like if there's something you really want to do and you don't work towards it, is it something you really want to do? But yeah, that's my whole spiel on the musical theater major audition processes. So my last few pieces of advice is kind of summing up senior year. So I would say towards the middle of your senior year, check with your counselor and make sure you're on track to get the diploma you want. Because I know there's been a lot of screw ups in the past years with really any high school that you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna graduate with the diploma I want, like I have everything going on, and then you go into your counselor and you're missing half your credits. So I think it's really important to continuously check with your counselor and make sure you're getting the diploma you want. If there is various diplomas offered, you know, the counselors are there to help you achieve what you want, and sometimes to push you even farther. So it's an important thing to check with them every once in a while. Save up money. This is so important, especially if you want to go to college. I know for me personally, I want to go out of state, and it will cost more, but I think it's worth it for me if I want to get the best training. So my advice is if you're going to college, or really anything in life, but especially if you're going to college, to save up money because it's a big factor in living on your own. Even if you're living with your parents, you have to save up money still just for things you need because you have to kind of start being an adult, you know? So that's definitely really important. My last piece of advice is to have fun and make memories. High school is, I feel like, the biggest stepping stone in your life. And if you don't cherish that, if you don't make it the best you can, it's going to be such a big disappointment. So what I mean by having fun and making memories is go to parties, go hang out with friends, have a bonfire, go to a pool party, be involved in music or sports and things like that. Do service if it makes you feel good. Just make these teenage years your best years, because that's when you're growing up and finding out who you want to be. And if you don't enjoy it, what's the point? It's gonna bring you down so much. The biggest thing is to love what you do and love who you are, and high school is the time to figure that out. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to like and comment and follow me on all my social media. I will see you guys next week, and always remember to stay strong. Bye.